Sorry about that, folks. For the first segment of tonight's show, we'll have local musician Gerrike performing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
The first topic of discussion in this week's episode, the conflict between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda escalates this week as the M23 rebel group continues to gain control of more cities after their first major coup, which was taking over the eastern border city of Goma. The M23 continues their threats of control by stating they will be continuing their offensive moves to the capital of Congo. As the M23 continues their fight for the rights of the minority groups, the UK says they will be holding Rwanda responsible for their alleged support and funding of the M23. I'm excited to announce a new segment for our show, A Brief History of. And this week, for our brief history, we are discussing the history of the M23 rebel group. M23 emerged from the ashes of the former Congolese rebel group, the CNDP, which surrendered after a peace agreement was signed on March 23, 2009, saying the CNDP soldiers would be integrated into the Congolese army and police. After certain soldiers claimed the attempts to integrate were failed, the M23, taking their namesake from the previously mentioned peace agreement, was formed. And for the next segment of tonight's show, we will be interviewing local businessmen, the Sausage Siblings.
What's up, man?
How you guys doing today?
Man, I'm doing fucking badass. How about you, brother?
Why don't you guys introduce yourself to the audience?
Man, my name's James Earl Jr.
I'm Michael Earl, but my friends in the collective like to call me Bambi.
So why don't you guys tell us about how you started your business?
Well, man, I won't lie to you. Can I say this on the air? I was high as fuck off some salvia, tripping fucking balls, man. I was listening to some fucking ICP. They were talking about like cunts and pussies, man. And like penises going in the vaginas. I was thinking about like shit, the cunt's the hot dog bun. The wiener's the hot dog. Man, you put two and two together, baby, we got the sausage sibling. Shit, look at us now.
So are you guys really siblings?
No, man, we're just cousins. It's good for marketing. It gives us some benefits as well, too.
So who would you guys say your primary customer base is?
Man, them ICP fans like the Juggalos, the Juggalettes. Woo! Man, give me some skin, brother. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe even some non-binary clown creatures even show up. You know, the 21st century.
So I hear there's been some friendly competition with other local hot dog sellers, the Wiener Brothers.
Don't bring up those fucking bitches, man. You wanna see the fucking fire in my eyes, man? Huh? You mess with the bull, you get the fucking horns, buddy.
There's a bit of friendly competition between us and another business in town. That's about all it comes to.
Well, all right. Thank you for your time, guys.
It's not what all it comes to, man. Now, fuck you. Fuck you, man. Don't cut me off like that again. Daryl? What is your name, Daryl?
Doug.
No, I'm calling you Daryl now. Your name's Daryl, not Doug. I'll tell you that's for true.
You paid me to be on the show. I don't know where this hospital.
I didn't pay you. I don't know you, man. I'm taking this bonsai tree too, man. Fuck you.
God, it's not a bond. It's a fake.
Fuck you, man. This is my tree. You know what? Fuck you and your chalice. This is all gonna be at the sausage siblings, man. If you want to get this shit back, you're gonna have to fight the both of us, man. Come on, Michael. Fuck these bitches.
Yes, sir.
Here.
Welcome back, folks. After Trump's major push for, quote, payback of the aid sent to Kiev, Zelensky agrees to sign the rare earth mineral deal that has been intense negotiations for the past few weeks. The exact details of this deal have not yet been revealed to the public, but in a first draft that was reviewed by the press, Trump was asking for upwards of $500 billion in mineral rights, and the security guarantees that have been pushed for by Zelensky were nowhere to be found. Moving to the topic of the southern border. Following our government's major push on Mexico to put effort into America's search for cartel members, the Mexican government returns 29 high-level cartel members to America for prosecution. America's lust for cartel members and this whole situation in general is a direct effect of America's war on drugs, which was started by Henry Anslinger's and his team's deep hatred for Billie Holiday and people of color in general. For our next topic of discussion, Judge William Alsup ruled that the mass firing memos being sent out by the Office of Personnel Management in Doge are illegal, following a lawsuit filed by the AFL-CIO labor unions. After Apple moves production into the U.S. because, quote, they don't want to pay the tariffs, it was decided in a meeting between Tim Cook, Apple's chief executive, and President Trump that in 2026, Apple would launch a facility in Houston to manufacture the machines that power the company's furtherance of AI and manufacturing of AI servers. And for our next segment, we are excited to bring in a local activist, Basil. Nice to meet you, Basil. Why don't you fill the audience in on your cause?
So basically, we're planning on ending world hunger, and we're gonna do so by sous videing the entire ocean. Some of the fish will be kept personally for my family only, such as the blue whales and the scuba divers that are underwater currently. But what everybody doesn't understand is that we're feeding the entire Earth's population with this, so I'm not being a bad person.
No, 100%. So, what are the other types of fish that are going to go to the average person?
So the average person will get like maybe cooked trash or like possibly sea algae or maybe even some, I don't know, like tunas, but all the good shit like the beluga whales or the sperm whales or like this baby seals or...
So Basil, why don't you inform our audience of what a sous vide is?
Do you really want to know?
I believe they do.
So basically a sous vide is like a revolving hot bowl of water that just cooks all of the food within it. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to spin the whole ocean, we're going to put a bunch of torches on it so it lights on fire, and then it's going to cook all the fish in it so that everybody's got food to eat.
So Basil, what is your plan for harvesting the fish?
So I was thinking possibly like some large nets or maybe a meat vacuum. We've been working with the developers of some high-tech vending machine claw technology, so perhaps we could get a large metal claw to come down from the sky and just collect up like at least 5 to 10 fish at a time.
Ooh. And what got you started on this path to ending world hunger?
So I got really bored one day and I was looking at my dad's bank account and I was like, wow, that's a lot of fucking zeros. And I realized that if I just used all of my money, I could just buy the whole ocean. So my thought was, if I buy the ocean, then nobody can be mad for using my ocean to make all the food.
Well, do you have any parting words for our audience, Basil?
Meat is murder. Don't forget to spay and neuter your animals. And tonight, it's Saturday Night Live, baby, live from New York.
This is this past week with Doug, but
Oh,
close. That's filmed right.
You're
next
not
door.
Seth Meyers?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll be speaking to my publicist about that.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Bye.
To those of you who were previously tuned in, welcome back. After a heated conversation within which President Trump tried to push Zelensky into signing peace deals with Russia, Trump said, "You have allowed yourself to be in a very bad position," and Zelensky abruptly and rightfully so left the Oval Office.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the
cards.
cards right now.
This comes after weeks of Zelensky being pushed out of peace agreements between the U.S., Russia, and Ukraine. For the final topic of discussion on our show, the U.S. Department of State presents plans to shut down a half dozen or so overseas consulates. These plans were drawn up following China's growth in the number of countries in which they have consulates, which has recently passed up the number that the U.S. has around the world. And for the final segment of our show, we would like to bring in 2 former employees of Mr. Entertainment's Titties, Titties, and Titties, and their lawyer, Mr. Lawyer Sir. Thank you. Mr. Lawyer Sir, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
Why don't you two introduce yourself to the audience?
Hello everyone, my name is Sandra.
And my name is Cinnamon with an S.
Mr. Lawyer Sir, you were on a previous episode defending the owner of Titties, Titties, and Titties, Mr. Entertainment,
Yes.
who is currently missing. Do you know any information on his whereabouts?
I'm not allowed to disclose anything specific, but I am aware that he is safe and just taking time away from the people he would normally.
Yeah, I'll tell you where he is. Probably with that bitch ex-wife that he wouldn't leave for me. He said that he loved me. That night I felt magic, and now I wish we didn't do anything. I wish we didn't kiss or do any of that other stuff either.
Why don't you two tell us a little bit about the lawsuit that you're bringing up towards Mr. Entertainment?
Sandy, take it away.
Well, we are bringing this lawsuit to Mr. Entertainment because we feel that he very unjustly terminated our employment at his Titties, Titties, and Titties Club, where we worked for many years.
Yeah, just cause like once or twice or maybe 3 times a week, you put a little coke in your ass, you let somebody suck it out with their mouth or their butt or like a smelly third thing, it doesn't mean that you should get fired for what you're doing. You should be able to do that a couple times. It just gets me so mad, I just...
Sandra and Cinnamon with an S are here today to give us the details of the lawsuit they are filing against Mr. Entertainment for their wrongful termination from his club where they were top dancers. Sandra, Cinnamon, what can you guys tell us about the illegal distribution of spice and MDMA at Titties, Titties, and Titties?
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that, but I heard there's this 19-year-old who goes to the club with severe Parkinson's who enjoys to feed our patrons.
He's not feeding them nothing. That kid gets fed coke out of my ass 3 to 4 times a week.
That's not what I heard.
That's what I felt between my ass cheeks when he was sucking it out with a tube.
Well, I just so happened to hear strange noises coming from her dressing room about 3 weeks ago.
Are you
All
fucking
this went
serious
down.
right now? Do you want to go, bitch? Do you want to fucking go? I hate you! I hate you!